Happy Monday. It is not Wednesday. So funny. That gives you a little bit of a glimpse into how my days have been going. It is now 3:15, and I need to come to you guys with my menu for this week. I'm so sorry. I've been gone for 3 weeks because we were on vacation. And then we got hit so bad with the influenza B that Monday meal plan would have been cereal. What can you find in the fridge? Go make it yourself. Pop some toast in the toaster, right? Okay, so that wouldn't have been very exciting. So I'm excited to be back. This past week we were kind of like finishing up different meal ideas that we had from several weeks before when we just got back from vacation, and we were using up that food. And now I've created a menu for this week that I have to share with you guys. So if you are watching, say hello. If you're watching the replay, my question for you guys is to let me know what you're having for dinner, and then are you an air fryer or Costco fan, because I am going to be talking about both of those today. Okay, here is my menu. I wrote it in my notebook this week, just quickly jotted my ideas down, and then I went to Costco this morning to make sure that I had the few things I needed to get to fill in some of the areas of what we're having. So if you've been following on Facebook, I got a new air fryer. I have to show it to you. Here it is. It is the, I can't say it right, Cuisinart. Thank you. My new shirt. Thank you. Loving it. Get this back here. So that was my new Cuisinart. It's a toaster oven slash air fryer, like oven. And I kind of talked about that our toaster broke. It didn't really break, but it was like cooking terribly. And I wanted I kind of was interested in getting a toaster oven, and I came home with that. And so I've been spending this time kind of thinking, what recipes can I make? I know air frying is like the big thing right now, but I needed to find a way that I could adapt this into actually making this investment worthwhile. So I want to be able to make complete meals using it, not just on the weekends to make some French fries or some mozzarella sticks. So I was really interested to know, like, what can I really cook in there? Can I cook some of the things that I would have maybe baked in the oven? Because we didn't do a lot of like deep frying in our house before, maybe a couple things here and there, but can I make them healthier? Can I make them faster? Will they taste a lot better? And also really kind of intrigued by the whole like heating leftovers up in there. Of course, some of the things that I'm really interested to try, have you made like the air fried pickles? That would be like a deep fried pickle alternative. That I'm really excited to try. But we've used it several times. We've been cooking our toast in there. It works great for that. Eggos, all those typical toaster items have been running. That's been fine. That's been great. I've cooked roasted asparagus in there. That turned out really good. And tonight for our meal for Monday evening, I am going to be making these in there. So I picked this bag up at Costco today. These are the Tyson black pepper herb chicken strips. I've never had these before. They're non-breaded, but I'm going to cook them in the air fryer, and I've heard that actually turns out really good, okay? So I'm excited to make that tonight, and we are going to be having salads. So when I went to Costco today, I'm always looking for convenience and complete meals. I don't want to buy more food than what we're going to eat. And salad is one of those things that's really hard to predict, right? Are you going to make it for lunch? Are you serving it for dinner? How much should you get? Are the kids going to eat any? All that sort of stuff. But Costco has large amounts of salad and leafy greens for very low prices, and I really appreciate that. So this organic spring mix was like, I think $4.99 for this whole bin. We're gonna be having salads, and that should leave us with enough to have me and my husband to have a couple salads for lunch for the rest of the week. So the way that I have this sheet. I tear that on my notebook. I put it up here. That's really for my sake, but my husband and I were talking, and something that he really wanted some help with was what's on the menu for breakfast, because it's kind of like I'm sloppy and I just like scribble it, or I know it up here, and it doesn't necessarily make sense to him. And so I'm reading your guys's lasagna. Yeah, we had lasagna last night, so we have leftovers on that you're gonna hear about. But so what is this called? Boogie board, a boogie board. And it comes with a wall mount, and it actually has this in here, which is a template. So I just need to flip that around. Oh my gosh, I just deleted it, what we had on there. There is a lock on here, so you don't make that mistake. But I had written on here, and then I just kind of like set it out where my husband could see it. We had cereal for breakfast, and he was helping out with making the lunches, waking up a little bit earlier to help out with that. We kind of tag team those things. And so he knew that for lunch, it was going to be salami sandwiches, and to grab those. And for dinner, that I had it all taken care of, that I was going to have dinner served tonight, the air fryer, chicken strips and salads, and also I also made some hard-boiled eggs. I didn't make those in the air fryer, but you can apparently. I make those in my Instapot, which I find to be super easy, and they always turn out really good. So we're gonna be having those along with that. It's just an extra source of protein. My kids like those. And then what I do is I serve frozen blueberries as kind of like an extra thing. So you know how kids are. I don't necessarily need this with my dinner because I'm going to eat a big salad, but I like to just give them something a little extra. I buy these big bags of blueberries, and they turn their fingers like blue. That's not fun. But they're good for them. You know, there's no added sugars, and it gives them a little bit of something else to eat along with their meal. So that's tonight, Monday, for dinner. So let's talk about tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. So last night we had friends over for dinner. I ended up making a new recipe, and I just switched it out with beef. So we had lasagna. We were having 3 other couples over, and total of 10 kids. So it was kind of a big crowd, but I had a girlfriend that doesn't eat beef. So I made a chicken lasagna and a beef lasagna. And lasagna is a great meal to make to feed a large crowd. And so we actually ended up with probably 3/4 of a lasagna still left over. And I'm planning to have that either for leftovers Tuesday or Wednesday, because on Saturday I made chili to take to a party, a Plexus party that I was going to, and we still have quite a bit of leftover hanging around of that. And so for Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be having leftover chili or leftover lasagna. And since I didn't make a menu meal plan for last week, I will share the recipes that I use, which are so simple and so easy and so kid friendly, because we all like chunks around here in that tomato base, right? So I will share those with you. Now Thursday, we are going to be having barbecue short ribs. So when I was at the grocery store, I think probably about 2 weeks ago now, where was I? I was at Pick and Save, I believe. I found a really good deal on some meat. And so I have some cube steaks in there, a beef roast, then the barbecue short ribs and pork chops. So we've already eaten the pork chops. And this week we're going to be eating the barbecue short ribs. And the way that I make those is I put those in the crock pot and I cook them all day, and I flavor them with a barbecue sauce. This is like one of our favorites, but this is sweet and spicy, and it's pretty tangy for the kids. And so I have just like the honey barbecue one also, and I can kind of mix a little bit of both and tames it down a little bit, because I don't usually like to make two, if that makes sense. So cooking barbecue short ribs in the crock pot is something that you can do before you head to work and have a really, really tasty, something different. You can just eat them, or you can serve them on sandwiches. We're just gonna eat them this time around. And for a side, I'm gonna be making these potatoes. Somebody gave me these, 2 bags of these. I normally just make my own homemade mashed potatoes. But somebody gave me these, like I said. So they're 4 cheese mashed potatoes. I'm gonna use them up, 2 bags. Sure, they're delicious and high in sodium, but we'll use them. And oh, and then we're gonna have corn cobs. So, you know, the little frozen corn cobs that you can buy. My kids love those, and it has been months. I don't think I've ever shared them on a menu plan. So it's been a long time since we've had those. We're gonna have that, and it's a great way for me to kind of fill in a little bit for them. I know they're gonna eat that, and they're gonna make sure that they don't have a lot of snack after school for that night, because they all love ribs, corn cobs, and cheesy potatoes. So I think we're gonna be good for that day. Now, I told you that Friday we're gonna have frozen pizza. Easy done, okay? I told you that I made chicken lasagna. Now, what I didn't tell you is that the chicken that I used was the rotisserie chicken from Costco. It's $4.99 for that already cooked rotisserie chicken. I threw it in my fridge, and I peeled it and shredded it. I used what I used in the lasagna, which was about half of it, and I chopped up the rest, and I have that here, and so I need to use this up. So I knew that I could freeze it and, you know, throw it into soup later, but I just decided to put chicken soup on our menu meal plan again. But since we had just had that, and we ate a lot of soup when we were sick, I wanted to give it a little twist. And I have really been wanting to try these also from Costco. Okay, who's tried these? 5 cheese tortellini. Okay, so I'll just use one of these, and then I'll probably use the other side. Watch for my meal plan next week to put in their lunches with a little pasta sauce, because I don't know that it'll go far enough to like make a whole dinner unless I maybe add more noodles. I'll have to think on that a little bit. When I make chicken soup, I don't have anything else, I don't think, as part of that. I use chicken bouillon powder, fresh vegetables. I'll throw these in there. I'll add this chicken in there, and I will just let that simmer and cook in the crock pot. And I always serve some sort of bread and maybe a small salad on the side. It depends on how many veggies I end up getting into the soup. So when I serve bread this Saturday, I'm going to be making homemade bread in my bread maker. I like my kitchen gadgets. Lastly is Sunday. What are we going to have Sunday? We are going to have hamburgers, because I found that we had some hanging out some beef in the freezer downstairs, and some turkey, some ground turkey, and so I'm going to turn that into some hamburgers. And the reason that I came up with that is because my husband saw that I had bought some onion rings and he really wants to try those in the air fryer. So of course I was like, okay, what can we eat with the onion rings that would be yummy and that the kids will eat? Because I like to keep Sundays really fun and positive, and always serve something that the kids are going to eat, because that's kind of our family time. And as ridiculous as that might sound, it makes sense, right? We want to just keep the mood light and positive and serve food that they love and that they can, you know, maybe throw a piece of lettuce on to be more adventurous, but not be sitting there like, you need to eat that Brussels sprout, you know, type of situation. So lots of air frying happening this week, because for breakfast, I shared this morning we had cereal, but our number 2 option for breakfast this week is bacon and egg burritos. So I have some tortillas, of course, scramble up some eggs, and I'm gonna make some bacon in the air fryer. and just kind of curious how that's gonna work out, just because of bacon being so greasy. I make bacon in all sorts of ways. I've baked it before, and I've used my George Foreman, of course, just, you know, regular on the stove top. I don't know that I really have. I find that making bacon is messy always. Probably the George Foreman is the least messy because it's all kind of like the grease is collected for you. Tomorrow morning we are having donuts, just purchased from the grocery store, because the kids have been working really hard at going to bed peacefully without arguing or fighting and doing what they need to do. So they have earned, hopefully pending tonight's bedtime routine, which could go right down the drain, but they have earned some donuts. So Wednesday or Thursday we'll try the burritos, and we'll probably have those a couple times. So I didn't talk heavily about lunch, but I do have one alternative. I talked about next week maybe doing like spaghetti with these and salads, Josh and I, but I bought a bunch of salami last week, so we'll probably prepare up a bunch of salami sandwiches. My kids love that in their lunches this week. And I have celery with peanut butter, and my son requested some chicken Alfredo. I buy these big 4 bundles at Costco, and these have been hanging out in my cupboard, and he saw them and he asked if he could take those for lunch. That's really easy to do. You never really think to do that for kids for their lunches. We kind of get stuck in a routine of doing the sandwiches and stuff. And so just, you know, boil up some noodles, and what I do is I get the Tupperware containers out so I can just pull one out and stick it in their lunches. I can't send that for Daxler though, because that's a dairy one. Maybe if I have some spaghetti sauce, I could send that for him. I'm reading the comments. Making bacon in the air fryer is amazing. Oh, good. Cleanup is a breeze in that wonderful kitchen gadget too. I love that, Gabby. That's funny. Is your air fryer like mine? Because that's where I kind of hung up, because the Ninja ones, they look a little like different how they work. I'm wondering where I have to figure it out. I need to learn it. But okay, so recap tonight: air fryer chicken, these Tyson non-breaded ones, so it'll be a little different with salad and hard-boiled eggs and frozen blueberries. Then we're having leftover chili, leftover lasagna, but Thursday we'll make up for that in barbecue ribs, short ribs, corn cobs, and cheesy potatoes. Oh, that sounds so good, doesn't it? Saturday, cheese tortellini chicken soup and homemade bread. Sunday, hamburgers with air fryer, with trying the onion rings in the air fryer. And for lunch, salads, chicken Alfredo, celery and peanut butter, and chicken and egg burritos. Bacon and egg burritos and cereal for breakfast. So I think I have this week pretty much set, and everyone is going to be pretty happy. So let me know if you tried any of those Costco things, and you might see some of those Costco favorite items in articles that I write for mywholesalelife.com. So check those out, and let me know what you're having for dinner, because I need some ideas and I need to be inspired. Bye.